Good morning, comrades. We just pulled up to train station, got a little bit of a late start today. Carolyn and I are going to be headed down to Taos, New Mexico with her family and spending a couple days there, going in the hot springs. So that should be a really fun time. But first things first, going to do some fasted cardio. And then when I get down to Taos, then I'll be training a little push day. My back still needs to recover a little bit from my leg training session. I typically like to keep legs and back separated by as many days as I can afford, just because there is a lot of overlap in like paraspinal muscle activation. I really want to make sure I'm recovered so that I can train back as intensely as possible. You may have noticed I got my spectacles, my binoculars on today. I typically can tell if somebody actually needs glasses if the sides of their face are warped by the lenses. So if you don't know, I'm like pretty much legally blind. I have -8.5 prescription in each eye. It's been that way my whole life. Maybe that's why I like bodybuilding, because depth perception isn't so much of an issue when it comes to weight. Soccer was a different story. But anyways, I'm gonna get going and check in with you guys in a bit when we're on our way down to Taos. This is a reminder, guys. If you fail to prepare to fail. Dr. Kara's got my back, making sure I stay on track.
Yes, sir.
Because anything less is whack. So a lot of the athletes that I coach, they'll have issues traveling and sticking to the plan. So it's really important that you prepare. We brought all of our food with us for our little trip to Taos. So I got chicken bites. This meal is going to be, I think, 180 grams of jasmine rice, 8 ounces of chicken. So I have my scale out. I can measure out my chicken. Never just go by what's on the package. This says 3.2 ounces. That's 3.8. Always measure your food. So I'm at High Altitude Fitness Center in Taos. We'll be here the next 4 days. And today we got chest and shoulders and triceps. So let's get to work. I only recorded one exercise, my seated overhead press. I really like this hammer strength machine. I was able to go pretty heavy, and I felt really good with this one. I also did a incline press and a flat press, as well as a bunch of flies, some tricep extensions. I really took my time. It's nice training somewhere where nobody knows you, but I didn't want to be too obnoxious the first day there, recording every single set of every single exercise. So after the workout, I was able to find some cool lighting in their fitness classroom space, and nobody was there, so I didn't mind stripping down a little bit and getting some posing practice in. Definitely had a nice full chest pump. I was pretty pleased with how I was looking here. The front doubles, probably one of my stronger poses, and I even like the way my side chest was looking, which is one that I've been struggling with. I think when I hit it here, it looks pretty good, but then I shift and pull my elbow back, because I see a lot of guys doing that, and I really don't think it looks quite as good on my physique. But, you know, these are little tweaks we make along the way. Made it to our Airbnb. This is what we got. Never seen a house quite like this before. Cool.
Okay, you gotta see this bathroom. No bedrooms down there,
This is really neat.
isn't it? Look at this. I'm showing Alex the pit.
Oh yeah, Alex, wait till you see that.
Look at this bathroom.
Holy smokes! What in the world? That is... What's going on, guys? About to have my food. A little pre-workout meal. Been really enjoying myself in this crazy little house. They got a hot tub, and the weather's been absolutely beautiful. We got to walk around the town a little bit, but gonna get this food in and then train some back. Favorite day. Let's go. I started back day with this heavy landmine row. I say heavy, but honestly, where the plates are loaded made it kind of awkward to go any heavier than this. I tried 4 plates, and honestly, my thighs just blocked the weight. So I didn't love this one, but it still felt pretty decent. I'd definitely do it again. Worked into some heavy lat pull downs. I did about 4 sets of 12 to 15-ish here. Last set I really pushed it all the way to failure and beyond. I really try to keep my elbows tucked in super tight and drive them down towards the floor. I want to keep constant tension on my lats and then really open up and stretch at the top. My lats and my width are probably one of my weaker points, so I'm really dedicating a lot of energy to trying to turn that into a strength, or at least less of a weakness. So most of my back days really focus on the lats with a couple thickness movements. This was our last training session while we were down in Taos, starting with some seated hamstring curls. I always start with hamstrings before my leg workouts because they don't really steal away anything from squats or heavy pressing, and they just help my knees feel good. I have a history of knee injuries, and this definitely adds to my stability, and your hamstrings can never be big enough, so always prioritize them. Here I just built up to one decent set of back squats. I really was trying to get high volume in today. I alternate between high volume metabolic work on my leg training and heavier lower rep work, just to kind of get the best of both worlds. And this was absolutely brutal. I only did 1 set. I did 20 repetitions here at 315. A little bit of instability. The shirt I was wearing was pretty slick, so as I went through the set, started to shift around a little bit. You can see me kind of get out of whack there. But all in all, I think it was a pretty decent set, and I was happy to have gotten 20 repetitions here, but definitely would like to clean that technique up. I started with this just because back squats are something I'm really familiar with, and I'm not afraid to push them close to failure no matter what gym I'm at. I am a little bit wary of training really, really hard when I'm traveling, especially on new equipment, just because I feel like the risk of injury is a little bit higher. What's up, guys? About to do some hot tubbing after leg day. It was a pretty tough one, but I don't really tend to push it very heavy when I'm on the road and using new equipment. I'm not superstitious, but I am a little stitious. You can see mountains behind me. Taos is a gorgeous town. Really enjoyed my time here. Got one more night. I didn't really sleep well last night, so I'm probably going to take a nap here in a second and make the most of my time off. So get one more workout in, probably just cardio. Tomorrow morning I managed to hit push, pull, and legs, pardon me, all while I was down here. And it felt really good to be able to take my time. It's cool working out in a new gym, meeting new people. I had one guy come up to me and tell me I had the biggest legs he'd ever seen. So, I mean, that was kind of neat. Everybody was super friendly, and yeah, anyways, gonna hot tub a little bit, take a nap, and maybe even hit a little bit more cardio later tonight. So we'll catch you later. Just got done with my second cardio session, sitting down, last meal, and I forgot my scale at home, so I'll be weighing myself on Monday morning for check-ins. So stayed on track this trip and haven't missed a beat. Really looking forward to this next week.